SuperTalk Mississippi media production. Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Brown.
None of this meeting is recorded. None by any parties. Correct?
No, sir, mine is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any conversation.
Said I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, or the accused, or on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Good morning to you. How you doing on a beautiful Wednesday? You look a little betwixt and between over there, my dear. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Our old friend, I haven't had you on the air in so long, and that is such a trip. It used to be every week.
I know. It used to be every Friday.
Every Friday.
That was the firecracker with the fascinator.
Yes, yes.
Furry
She'd walk in with some
Friday.
bobblehead and, pretend it was normal and dare anyone to mention it. So I always mentioned it because I'm a jerk. This morning, Michelle is here, and you've got something really cool to talk about, and you brought back up from
I
Wayne
brought
Sanderson.
some friends. Yes, so we're real excited. We have a mega hiring event tomorrow at the mall here in Macomb.
Okay,
Uptown Macomb.
at Uptown.
Yeah, so it's going to be like Sanderson Farms Day at the Uptown Macomb tomorrow, and so we're having a hiring event so people can come out and apply for jobs. It's going to be a great opportunity for people to come and talk with the people themselves.
Now, who do you have with you?
So I have Mr. Donovan McGee and Xavier. Xavier, what was the last name? Holmes. And they have come here from Wayne Sanderson. They're recruiters out there. And this is their first time on the radio, so we're going to take it easy with them.
No, we're not.
But say hello.
Hello. My name is Donovan, the recruiter for Wayne Sanderson Farms and Summit. Again, we will be having a job fair tomorrow at the Macomb Mall from 10 to 2. If you're interested in, taking a seat, if you're interested in looking at or seeing the jobs that we have available, come out and see us.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. A lot of times, we were just talking about this before we went on air, there's a lot of jobs that people don't even realize that don't really have anything to do with the bird itself. There's lots of different kinds of jobs that are always available out there.
We have two fine gentlemen sitting here that aren't. They've never run the deboning machine, I would bet.
I don't know. Have y'all?
For myself, no, I can say I have not.
Xavier, on the other hand.
Good morning. My name is Xavier. I'm the recruiting coordinator for Wayne Sanderson. I actually did come from the lines.
Okay.
I started in debone in 2023. I worked on the cone line, cutting tenders off the birds. And then from there, I moved to tray packing our breast products.
Yeah, this is my favorite man. He was making tenders. I knew I liked you when you walked in the door. This is fantastic. That's the best part of the chicken.
Right.
Now, this, though, shows you two things. Number one, as you said, there are jobs that don't involve that at all.
Right.
But, like Xavier, if you take one of those jobs,
Right.
there's upward mobility. You can move up. You can change. You can grow. If you hire on with Wayne Sanderson. So we got an example of both tracks here.
That's exactly right.
That's fantastic. Donovan, I'm going to lob you a softball here. How do you like working for Wayne Sanderson?
It's been great for me. I actually started at the Laurel plant back in 2023.
Okay.
I was promoted here to the Summit plant. And it's just been amazing. I've had a chance to meet great people out in the community. Last month we had a job fair out in Magnolia, which had a great turnout. Yeah. And just being in the community here, it's been a great feeling for me.
You said, what was the number you gave?
So we had 140 people come to the community center
Wow.
there in Magnolia.
So the entire population of Magnolia.
And then some. So we had people come from New Hebron and I don't know if it was for the last one for them, but for temp staff, we had someone come from Centerville. I mean, it's just amazing the people that are hearing about it and coming for opportunities, and to be able to offer people opportunities is great. So Wayne Sanderson is one of our great employers in the area that pays a really good wage. They have lots of different shifts. So, they're working all the time out there, night shift and day shift and lots of shifts, right, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. We also offer, competitive wages for this area. So, if that's something you're looking forward to, I advise everyone to come take a look at it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing, and you touched on this. Working with Wayne Sanderson, they have a job of every type. They have upward mobility. They have a schedule that will fit your schedule, whatever you need it to be. They've got good. What's wrong with it? It sounds perfect.
Well, you just got to keep going. Now, it used to be kind of a revolving door, I think, years and years ago, and that's not like that anymore. So if you come and you burn your bridge, when you leave not on good standing, it's very hard to come back. Right. You can't just go to homecoming and prom and whatever else and think you can come back like you didn't miss a beat. You've got to have a good work ethic.
I have heard that from so many people, and I know you have too. So many business owners, so many managers and recruiters and everything else. When I ask them, what's the one most important thing you're looking for in an employee, the answer I always get back is someone who will show up.
Yes.
That's the challenge, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, I feel like the hardest part of this job is just getting there. If you get there, the hard part's over with for the day.
Yeah,
that's right.
Makes a lot of sense.
So I think that you guys will agree. So some of the work ethic stuff, that's something that people's got to have within themselves. But they can teach them how to do everything else, right? So
yeah, I personally, I tell people all the time when I'm talking to them on the phone, there's not a job in here that we can't train you to do. But it's up to you, to want to do it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's some great opportunities with some really great wages for our area out there.
Now, let me ask you, have you seen, how do I put this? Have you seen a change in yourself after you've been promoted to this new level?
Absolutely. So when I started with the company, I'm not going to say I didn't have aspirations of wanting to move up, but I guess I didn't see the upward mobility as we were transitioning out of the Sanderson Farm era into the Wayne Sanderson era. But once Wayne came in and we saw the different, transitions happening, you saw the different jobs that became available, and they made it to where an hourly associate can come into an hourly role into HR and grow within the company. I think a lot of times or at least the outlook that we've had in the community is that you come in and you're stuck. You're going to be where you are forever if time allows it. But, no, it's really not like that. I tell people they make it really easy to apply and do other things. Transfer processes have greatly improved. It's more than one way to get in where you want to be.
There's a lot of different paths you can take up that ladder.
Right. So sometimes people come in looking for a job, but then they wind up finding a career.
Definitely.
That they didn't even imagine.
And I say that's what it was for me. It was more so I came in looking at, okay, well, I'm going to be making almost $20 an hour. Mm-hmm. This is a job. I can do a job, and I found my career. I tell people I love what I do. Mm-hmm. And the way that our process is at Wayne Sanderson, when you come in as an hourly employee, we take you out there. We let you see the environment that you're going to work in, and we strongly encourage that you're honest with us as far as, hey, this area will work out, or hey, this area won't work out, because I was placed in an area where I loved what I did, and I was able to excel in it. And then the opportunity just presented itself to apply for a role. I was already passionate about what I did, and I think that kind of showed. When you're passionate about what you do, there's no such thing as going to work.
Right.
Well,
So,
I gotta say though, it's easy to love what you're doing when you're making chicken tenders. I'm gonna stay hung up on this, Xavier. You're one of my favorite people on the planet because I love me a good Wayne Sanderson chicken tender. Now, Donovan mentioned earlier, and you mentioned it as well. We've got a big job fair coming up tomorrow. I would assume, I would hope that's the plan, to have a bigger turnout than you had in Magnolia.
Yeah, we're expecting a bigger turnout. We've put lots of information out in the community. So I think we're going to have lots of people come in. So they're going to want to make sure that they do their online application probably before they get there. Guys, if y'all are hearing us, please do that before you get there.
It's going to make it easier on you and on them if you do that.
Right, because you don't. It's like the Wizard of Oz. You don't get to see Oz behind the curtain or anything until you go, get the broom from the witch. You do not get to talk to Oz until you can complete that online application for Wayne Sanderson Farms.
Have you ever been compared to the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain before?
I can't say I've heard that before.
Yeah, okay.
We're going down the yellow brick road.
I thought it was just me. I was just making sure we were having the same experience here.
But definitely a good comparison, I'll say.
Yeah, it is really good. Who's Toto? I'm Toto, aren't I? I know how this ends up. I'm Toto.
You could be the Tin Man. You're kind of tall. The Tin Man was really tall.
Are you self-inserting, casting yourself as Dorothy? I know what's happening here.
Be Toto.
No, I'm already Toto. You said that. You're trying to shove me in a tin can. I'm Toto.
When I say it, you're all going to agree. I'm one of the Munchkins.
You a tiny little girl. Barely come up to your knee.
What was it? The Lollipop Guild and
Yes,
the Lullaby
yes.
League? I might be chairman of the Lullaby League.
I have got to talk her into learning that song and coming back on the air. Okay, job fair tomorrow.
Right.
At Uptown Macomb. Mm-hmm. Give us the time, give us the details, and remind everybody this is a job interview that they're coming for.
Right. So tomorrow, between the hours of 10 and 2, we're going to be at Uptown Macomb, which used to be the Edgewood Mall. And so you're going to need to hopefully have completed that online application first. You need to bring 2 forms of ID with you. One that would be like a driver's license or ID card, and then ideally your social security card. Not a picture of, but the actual document. Be prepared to fill out some paperwork and actually be able to talk and interview. So a lot of times when people come to job fairs or hiring events, they come and they get information and they go back home and wait for a call, and maybe that happens. Well, tomorrow, what's going to happen is if you meet all of those eligibility buttons, you're going to be able to talk one-on-one with our representatives from Wayne Sanderson, so that you might be walking out with a job tomorrow, because they're going to talk with you about, just like they talked about a moment ago, what would you like to do? What do you see yourself doing? What do you excel at? What hours work for you? And if they have positions that they can put you in, there you go.
Now,
so it's a great opportunity to be able to really talk.
I'm going to throw something in on my own because, as you know, I've dealt with a lot of job fairs over the years. Mm-hmm. Dress like you're coming to a job interview.
Yeah, no pajamas. No pajamas and no prom dresses.
Just show up. What?
Well, we
okay,
have
fine.
had some
I'll change my plan. Now, this is happening tomorrow. Donovan, let me ask you, is there a couple of things here. Number one, is there any particular area that you guys are looking for people to fill roles in more than any other?
I can't say that there's actually any role in particular. We are hiring across the board, first, second, and third shift. Third shift being overnight. We're just looking for great people that wants to come do great things with us.
Now, the other question is, Is this primarily for the Summit location? Is this for the new Hazelhurst location? Is this just anywhere and everywhere?
So this will actually be exclusively for the Summit location.
Okay. Okay. So right here at home.
Yes. Yes.
And I know we've had some recently that were for the Hazelhurst locations. Why I asked that, I want everybody to know, what they're going for here, what they're shooting for.
Yeah. And so I would also want to ask them, not specifics, because I know that the different jobs and the different shifts give the specific hourly wage, but what kind of range of hourly wages are out there for people?
So we have a range from about $18.60 to $20.10, according to the shift and the department that you work in.
Isn't that amazing?
$18.60, I think he said.
And that could be just complete entry level. That's
Yes.
entry level.
That'll be correct.
And after a promotion, Xavier, you're rich now, right? You're like, I need to hit you up for a loan when we get done.
Well, I told you I love what I do, and that in itself, you'll be rich. I promise you. It may not be monetarily, but definitely,
that's a good comeback.
I feel like when you love what you do, there's nothing that beats that.
That's right. I taught my boys that when they were growing up. I said, look, if you love what you do and you're excited to get up every morning and go to work, you're going to have an easy life. It makes everything so much easier.
Oh, yeah. It's effortless getting up out of the bed in the morning.
$18.60 an hour starting out doesn't hurt. I'm just going to say.
Doesn't.
Tomorrow starts at 10, right?
Right. So I'm sure that at 10 we'll be still getting our feet under us.
Starts at 10:30. How about that?
We're going to try to get our feet under us so we'll be ready to go for 10, but we might have a few kinks to work out depending on how many people are there. I know for the job fairs and things that we've done in Magnolia, I mean, there's usually like a line waiting right at the get-go, and then I think we try to catch up all day long, and we might catch up right at the end when it's time to stop. But so anytime tomorrow between 10 and 2, and be prepared. Don't think that you're going to come in, fill out paperwork, and not talk to somebody. So be prepared. You're going to be able to talk to them one-on-one and talk about what your aspirations are, and hopefully they can find a spot for you.
They're not just looking for a cog to plug into the machine. They want to know what you're looking for, where you would like to be, what you would like to do, and where you'd like to see yourself wind up in, say, 5 years, 10 years. That's the kind of organization you want to work for. Somebody who cares about your future. Even if you haven't stopped to take the time to care about it yourself yet,
Right.
because you're so busy treading water.
Right.
You have to have somebody looking out for you like that. And then that's the great thing about this. Any final words, guys, before we go?
I just want to tell everyone, make sure that, you come in and you're more than just open-minded. You want to actually look for something to love when you come in to work. You don't want to just get a job just to say that you have one. Like I said, I was moved from D-Bone, one of the departments that, we have some of our biggest staffing at. And I was amazed 3 months in, I'm able to, move into an HR role.
We missed that detail. 3 months?
3 months in. I started December of 23. March, I had my interview for human resources.
Oh, fantastic. So you can move up, and you can move up quick.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
There's opportunities.
Fantastic.
Opportunities abound.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off.
you're
I just
fine.
wanted
You're
to pull
fine.
that out, but I couldn't let that
room for
just pass
advancement
by.
is definitely there. I try to tell people, even the most impatient people can come in and move.
That is fantastic. Donovan, any final words? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm just excited for tomorrow. Hoping to meet a lot of great people. Just looking for the next opportunity to better themselves and just to do other things.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of opportunities.
Yes, there's lots of opportunities. Lots of opportunities. We're always there to help you find them.
Are you going to have a fascinator tomorrow?
I might have to pop out a fascinator. It would be applicable because it's feathers. When this is Wayne Sanderson, chickens. So
I don't know if you guys are familiar with a fascinator. You may not have ever seen her with one. It's this head thing.
I'm not going to go big. But I'll have a little feather in there.
It looks like she has a skull wart with feathers growing out of it when she has it on, and it's cute.
It's just a little poof up there, just a little something extra.
Almost brings her up when you add it in to 5 feet tall. So
Almost 5 foot.
almost, not quite. We're close, but not quite there. Wayne Sanderson Job Fair tomorrow at Uptown Macomb. You used to know it as Edgewood Mall. Everybody still knows it as Edgewood Mall, but it's Uptown Macomb. Starting at 10, going until 2. Get there early.
Yeah, if you can. And be prepared for, to be patient and wait, because there are processes. So we also want you to have a profile with MDES, which is the Mississippi Department of Employment Security. And so that we can get you e-verified and all those steps. So it's a process. You don't just come up and leave. It is a process, so be prepared to stay a while and go through the process and be patient. And you may walk out with, going, what is the analogy over the rainbow, back home with A&M?
Oh, we're still in
We're
Oz.
going over the...
I really wish the
going down the
bumper
yellow
music
brick
was
road.
Kansas at this point. And by the way, I've been talking about you all wrong, apparently. Yes, Mississippi Department of Employment Security, but it's right here on the card. I've been saying my friend Michelle Lombas, she's with the office of the governor.
Oh, God.
It's right there in black and white. You don't want to be introduced that way. You might want to. You might want to take a look at that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tomorrow, 10 until 2 at Uptown Macomb. Donovan enjoyed it. Appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
And same to you, Xavier. Keep up the good work and bring me some tenders next time.
Thank you for having me.
You step down to the line, talk to your old crew, and go, hey, slide me some tenders for Dave. Dave likes the tendies. Next time, I'm going to hit him up for Dino Nuggets. So it's just going to get worse and worse the longer we go with this.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll continue on this Wednesday morning on Super Talk, Mississippi Pike County 93.5, right after this.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all around, it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on.
You see it all around you. Good love and gone bad. And usually it's too late when you realize what you had. And my mind goes back to a girl I met long years ago. You told me, just hold on loosely, but don't let go. If you cling too tight,
Welcome back. Super Talk, Mississippi Pike County 93.5. What an absolutely gorgeous Wednesday morning. Well, weather-wise, it's a gorgeous day. Put it like that. Because last night, every Tuesday, with the rare exception, the first and third Tuesday of every month is a work session. The second and fourth Tuesday is a board meeting. The only time there is a Tuesday on the calendar that the Macomb City Board does not get together is when there is a fifth Tuesday in the month. Like next week, for example. Well, they had another meeting last night, and I believe from last Tuesday, then we had 2 special calls, then we had the 4 times in 7 days they've gotten together. I realize y'all love your job, but come on. We've talked about this before. It just feels like we could be a little more efficient with our time. We don't have to have special call meetings all over the place like throws at a Mardi Gras parade. They're just raining down from the sky, because then you wind up with 4 meetings over 7 days. And what that led to was it snuck up on me last night. It was late. The meeting was over before I remembered, oh, wait, there's a meeting tonight. So I went and did a little work. There is something that I want to call out from last night's meeting and pay a little attention to, because the topic came up about back water bills. Water bills that have been severely overdue. And at last night's work session, I keep calling it a meeting. I tend to use those words interchangeably. But last night was, of course, as I outlined, the 4th Tuesday of the month. We had the 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th laid out. So it was a work session last night on the 21st. The discussion came up about back water bills, and let's just say some information had been gleaned about what they can do to go get all of that money, which totals reportedly in the millions of dollars owed to the city of Macomb. City attorney did some research on this, and I think she came to a pretty good conclusion after she did her research.
Well, pursuant to Mississippi law, this board does have the authority to collect past debt. Not only the authority, but the obligation to collect past debt.
I'm going to pause it right there and just mention one thing. She had to check that. If they could collect past due bills, she had to check that legally. Have you ever heard of anyone that you owe money to saying, well, no, wait, no, I got to go check and make sure it's okay to get this money that you owe me. Let me go make sure. But that's the part of the process that we're going through here. But now we have verified, as it turns out, when you owe the city money, the city has the right, and as she put it, the obligation to collect it. Okay, glad we settled that. Moving on.
And so what I have suggested is a calculation methodology and an approach to inform the citizens when you all so decide to pursue the funds that is owed. And there is, I will admit that there is a little tension between the 6-month statutory language. That language is forward-looking, not backwards. So 6 months is if you're going to say, oh, our meter went down and we think it's going to take 6 months to fix it. You're forward-looking and you're establishing a minimum amount or an average amount that you are collecting.
So that had come up before when we were discussing going back and getting this money that is owed to the city for water usage when the meter was broken, and some folks hadn't paid a water bill in years, literally years. They hadn't paid a water bill. And someone immediately brought it up and said, well, yeah, we can't go back that far. It says in our statute, we can go back 6 months. So all we can do is go back and get last 6 months worth. No, as it turns out, that's if you're estimating moving forward, you can go get that money. Going back, you got a little more leeway. Well, you got all the leeway, actually, as you're going to find out here in a second.
Going back to get the debt, there is no 6-month limit. You got to go back and get all the money.
All the money. This is the board attorney talking, by the way.
It's owed to the city.
But that money will not be divided between the city and
Water Company
of America.
This is a false equivalency argument. Let me explain. There has been some talk about, oh, well, yeah, but we're going to have to split some of that with Water Company of America. You know, the ones that came in, found the problems, directed the solution, got them fixed, and has found all of the money that was missing. Well, we don't want them to have any of this. Okay, fine, but you do realize without them you'd have nothing. So you could either have 100% of nothing or 80% of everything. How is this even a conversation? How is this even a sticking point? You sort that out later, go get the money. This is part of the problem. This is why we just got the financial report a week or two ago explaining that we have spent $1 million more so far this fiscal year than we've brought in. It's this level of fiscal intelligence that has even come into the, well, we certainly don't want them to have any. No, you know who needs some money? The city. Yeah, $1 million in the hole this year so far. Quit arguing, quit picking things apart, and just go get your money. Oh, but what if they get a nickel? I'll give them a quarter. I don't care. Go get it. We continuously look for ways to trip ourselves as we're running toward the finish line. In project after project, in process after process, we are grand champions at self-destruction in the city of Macomb governments, what it looks like from the outside looking in.
Say that one more time. I think that was a really important part of what you said at the end there that may predecess our contract with Water Company of America, right?
Right, so what you go back and get, right? Water Company of America's contract, the 48 months starts accruing when the meter comes back online. So if meter A comes online April 1st, then it's 48 months from April 1st for whatever's collected, 50%.
We're splitting future proceeds, future revenue with
correct.
Water Company of America. Hindsight revenues are 100% the city of Macomb.
That is correct.
Unless for some reason we choose to use that to pay Water Company of America, I don't know.
No, you wouldn't choose to because the Water Company of America is based on the volumetric meter read. 48 months out.
Got it.
Are you figuring out yet that we have went through an entire process? We went for years with water meters for a number of accounts not working properly or not working at all. If you recall, they went and replaced 400 registers on meters. That's a significant number of water accounts in the city of Macomb that were not billing properly. Okay? That had been going on for a while. That was discovered. And we brought in Water Company of America because, well, we needed to fix it. And obviously we weren't going to be able to do that, or we would have done something before then. So we brought them in. How are we this inept? Because now, if you listen to this conversation, if you're paying attention, if you really dive into it and think about it, some of the people sitting around the board table still don't understand this deal and how it works. They still don't get. We're still having to explain the basics. No, if they pay you for water that they used and didn't pay you for, you get the money. That's literally the explanation. that was just given to make sure everybody understood. It's like watching a group of kindergartners in a differential calculus class sometimes. They don't know what's going on, but they're having a good time, and that's what counts, right?
50% of it.
So there are two choices. I say two choicing. That's not really how the city attorney phrased it. So I'm going to stay with her language. There were two options. That option 6 months forward, or going back and collecting everything.
No.
Thank you.
The 6 month is if a new meter breaks, right? So the way the AG opinions that have already been rendered are laid out based on statute. If a new meter breaks, then let me just give an example, and the city sets so it's going to take us possibly 6 months to get this resolved, then we're going to set a standard bill.
That's right.
And that's looking forward. So when we talked last week, or 2 weeks ago, 6 months was brought up because 6 months is in the statute. That 6 months is forward looking. It is not backwards looking to go back and get debt. So there is only one option as far as collection, and it's to go back and collect everything that is owed to the city.
Why did it take research and explaining that twice in the last 4 minutes to try to get it across? If somebody owes you money, you go get the money. Why are we desperately searching for a way to give people a break on this? You know, the same people who were allowed to use water without paying for the water for years. Huh. And now we're like, well, we can only go back and get 6 months worth. We can't go back and get 2, 3, 4 years worth of payment. That's a lot of money. They might not have that money. Why? They didn't have money for a water bill budgeted? Should still be sitting there, right? Since they didn't spend it. Never mind that nobody noticed they weren't paying a water bill and let the city know. Bull. We all know they did. So now the board attorney is very plainly, twice now, explained, no, your only option is to go back and get all of the money owed to the city. Not 6 months worth. We don't give a discount. We don't care if they have a coupon. You go get all the money that the city is owed. Twice. We are less than 4 minutes into this audio clip. 3 minutes and 46 seconds to be exact from when I started it. And the board attorney has so far had to explain that concept twice. That does not fill one with confidence that things are going to proceed flawlessly, does it?
Wow. How many years? How many water pipes do you want to do? How many sewer lines do you want to do?
With that said, based on the requirement that I receive to put a procedure in place and a process in place that positioned this board to make a decision whether or not how they wanted to go forward. It's not whether or not. So I will walk through, and I made this process as simple as I could.
As simple as he could, just to let you know. I've got the clip here. We'll get to as much as we can, but as simple as he could is 5.5 minutes long. So fluff your hiney pillow so that you can still remain seated comfortably. Possibly get up and top off your drink during the break here. We'll come back and go through the simple collection plan, okay? We'll do that next on SuperTalk, Mississippi, Pike County.
Someone's playing in the garden, so enticing, should I take a bite? I don't know what's come over me, yeah.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Hand me down the walking cane, hand me down my hat. Hurry now and don't be late, 'cause we ain't got time to chat. You and me, we're going out to catch the latest sounds. Guaranteed to blow your mind so high you won't come down. Hey y'all, prepare yourself for the rubber band.
Welcome back, Super Talk, Mississippi. All right, let's get right into the plan and see how much of it we can get through before we run out of time on this Wednesday morning. This is City Administrator Charles Bell, who has put together a plan. When he put this plan together, I think he was under the impression they were going to go back 6 months. Turns out, no, we're going to go back. I love the question that was shouted out, by the way. How many years? All of them is the correct answer. The city attorney did not dither on that. You have a duty and an obligation to go get all of the money owed. I don't care if it goes back 20 years. You go get all of the money that is owed to the taxpayers of Macomb, because that's the thing that keeps getting lost. They're not paying you. They're not paying the city government. This money is going to fund the activities and the operation of the taxpayers' city. So that's why she used the word obligation. It's your duty. We seem to have fallen into the trap of treating being a member of the board as just fun and games, party time. You do whatever you want. You help your buddies when you can. When you can't, you just go on about your business. You do whatever crazy thing comes into your head. No, it's a serious responsibility with a fiduciary aspect. You have a responsibility. If somebody owes the people of Macomb money, which when they owe City Hall money, that's who they owe. If they owe the citizens of the city of Macomb money, you have to go get it. So, fairly simple plan. Let's see what the city administrator's simple plan to get it is.
Where we are right now is at 1.0. Is that we are reviewing all of the meters, and I just received a file where all the guys that are reviewing these meters are identifying each and every one that has an issue with it that is not operating to spec. And then we will have to validate the data being the rates, and the rates are based on the size of the pipe, and so we know that some of that data is correct. We know some of it is incorrect. So we would do a validation, and after the validation, we would make system updates, and those system updates will be consistent with both the master meter and Amstem systems to assure that the data is aligned. After we make the update to the system, the minute we identify that there is an issue, we will notify the customer in writing that we have identified an issue with their meter. And we're not sure what, but know that there's an issue, there's a malfunction with your meter. And I have written a document, and just as a notification to do that, I will pass that by you so you can take a look at it. The notification of corrective action, once we verify that the data is correct and we correctly apply apply what the calculation as it has been defined and decide what the impact is to the customer. At that point, they will be notified, and that notification will be consistent with the policy that you have here, and that's pages 1 through that's pages 1 through 8.
I would just like to point something out in case you're not catching this. We went from years of apparently little to no oversight of this process. I mean, we had accounts that used water and didn't pay for it for years to the tune of millions of dollars in fees they were supposed to pay that they didn't. And nobody caught it for years. We went from that to this. Seems like a little bit of a drastic swing, doesn't it?
This is a policy. The letter of notification is followed directly after page 8, simply informing John Doe that we found a problem with your meter and that we just notifying you that we found the issue. And then
Mr. Bell, let me ask you this question, if I may.
Yes.
So there are meters that are already identified by Water Company of America.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Right.
So are you proposing that this letter go out?
Not to them.
No, I'm saying to the customer.
Yes. These are what I would call new issues. I find a meter that has gone bad.
That Water Company of America did not identify.
Right.
This is our identification process.
Okay. So if we identified it, then Water Company of America didn't get 50%.
Correct.
Okay. I think you.
And what we have to understand is that our contract with Water Company of America is primarily over with. So therefore, they are not going out there finding any new meters. If
Part
any,
1 is over with.
Yeah, that part.
The looking, the finding.
Yeah,
Right.
the looking and finding part is over with. All the findings now is being done by our own staff.
So can we stop bringing that up then? It has been pretty firmly established multiple times that doesn't matter, and I'm sorry. The people you hired to come in and find it with an agreement, with a contract saying anything they find, they get 50% of the collections. You don't get to then whine and go, but they're going to get 50%. Yes, that's their payment for finding what you were incapable of finding yourself after years. That's just simple facts. I want you to imagine that you just don't pay your water bill for the next 3 years. How long do you think it's going to be before you go to turn on the faucet to fill the tub to take a nice bath and nothing comes out? That is stunning, and I'm being charitable here. I'm making the assumptions that, cast things in the best light. That's a stunning level of incompetence. Keep in mind, that's the most flattering way to look at it. There are others. So yeah, they earned every penny of their money. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation at all, and we wouldn't have millions of dollars we could go collect for the taxpayers of Macomb to fund the operation of their city. Quit whining that you're having to pay the bill you signed up to pay for. Nobody cares. If you'd have done your job, it wouldn't be an issue. Water Company of America would get nothing. That's the way you cut them out of the picture. Do your job.
If you cry out for more, if you reached out for me, I would run to the storm.
Do your job, or someone else will do it for you for a fee. Welcome to America. Final break. Shut it down next on Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5. Keep it here.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning, even when you miss it the first time. You can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the break. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
Once again, slap out of time. We get another bucket of minutes tomorrow morning. North Pike Thursday on the way. Going to talk a little baseball. It's time. It's playoff time. It's time to talk some baseball. We'll do that tomorrow on North Pike Thursday. Thanks so much to Michelle and Donovan and Xavier for coming in. Job fair tomorrow at Uptown Macomb from 10 until 2 for Wayne Sanderson Farms. Be there, as they used to say in wrestling. Have a wonderful day. We'll do it again tomorrow morning at 9:06, my friend. I'll see you then.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.